Hi guys. Well, it's an exciting time of year, September, October, which is full of the Lord's feasts. And, we know that one of them is going to fulfill the rapture. And I said to you that I will only make a video if I find something really convincing. And I think this may just qualify for that. And it's also related to the Revelation 12 sign that we saw back in 2017. So I'm going to tell you what that is. But before I tell you what it is, let me just read Revelation 12 again, just to refresh you. I'm reading from the NIV, and it says, "A great sign appeared in the heaven, a woman clothed with the sun, with the moon under her feet, and a crown of 12 stars on her head. She was pregnant and cried out in pain as she was about to give birth. Then another sign appeared in the heaven, an enormous red dragon, with 7 heads and 10 horns and 7 crowns on its heads. Its tail swept a third of the stars out of the sky and flung them to the earth. The dragon stood in front of the woman who was about to give birth, so that it might devour her child the moment he was born. She gave birth to a son, a male child who will rule the nations with an iron scepter. And her child was snatched up by God to his throne." And we believe that's talking about the rapture, that last bit there. So what exciting news do I have? Especially if it's related to that. So, I just want to draw your attention to verse 3. It says, "Then another sign appeared." So we all got the first sign, which was the Revelation 12 sign back in 2017. So what is the second sign? So the second sign is very similar to the first. So you've got the constellation of Virgo. In fact, I think you've got most of the players that were involved in that sign, except you don't have the 12, the crown of 12 stars on her head. But what's very, very interesting is that in the constellation, and I will try and put something up over here so that you can see, there is an asteroid that she is going to be giving birth to, and its name is Child, believe it or not. So these asteroids basically take their names from the astronomers that actually discover them. So obviously the person that discovered this asteroid, his surname would have been Child. So Jeffrey Child, or whatever his first name was, Child is his surname. So she's going to be giving birth to this asteroid called Child. I think it's around the 18th of September. And the moon's going to be at her feet. And what's also very interesting is there's another asteroid called Yeshua that's also around her feet, which is very, very interesting. I'll tell you why in a second. And then nearby, very nearby, like around her waist area, is Mars, which is representative of the devil. Okay? So, and she's also clothed in the sun. So, and the moon's obviously also at her feet. So, the interesting part here is this the other sign that we're waiting for? Okay? And the other interesting bit is, remember, the end part of the scripture talks about God snatching the child up. Well, who's going to be around the delivery area when the child is born? It's the other meteor or asteroid called Yeshua. So Jesus is there, and who do we meet in the clouds? We meet Jesus in the clouds, right? So Jesus is there. It's all symbolic. So it looks like Jesus is there to snatch up the child and take him to God, basically. Take him to heaven. And the devil is there to try and devour the child. So there's some interesting players. The only part that is missing is this whole tail sweeping of the third stars. We don't quite get that bit. But yeah, it's interesting that this asteroid is called Child, and it's going to be given birth around September, October period. It's interesting that Yeshua is going to be right there when it happens, which speaks even louder that that asteroid actually represents the church. So yeah, exciting times. And there's also other channels that are talking about September, October, especially around the 8th of October, being a very hot period for the rapture. So it seems to be like the prophetic is lining up around that time period. So I'm really excited. I thought I'd share the news with you, and I hope this encourages you. And if nothing happens, I still hope that you still rejoice, because we one day or 1 month, whatever, closer to his return. But we can slowly see these puzzle pieces coming together, and that's very encouraging. So have a good day. Nice catching up. Cheers. Bye.